For these problems, they are asking us to classify the special quadrilateral, explain our reasoning, and then to find the values of x and y. So the first thing I'm going to do is decide the best name for the figure here. In this first one, I see right angles in each of the corners, so I know that it's at least a rectangle. I also see congruent markings on all the sides. That is a property of a rhombus. When you have both of them happening, this is a square. So my reasoning is 4 right angles and 4 congruent sides. So then I need to find x and y. All the sides are congruent to each other, so I need to find ones with matching letters. So 5x minus 4 is equal to 3x. So I'm going to get my x's together. All I have are 3 x's on the right side, so I'm going to move my 5 x's by subtracting 5x from both sides. That will give me negative 4 equals negative 2x. Now to get x alone, I'm going to divide by negative 2. And that gives me 2 for x. So x is 2 for this problem. Now I'm going to find y. These are marked with y's. They are congruent because all the sides are congruent. So I'm setting them equal. Start by getting my y's together. There's more on the left side, so I'm going to move them there by subtracting 2y from each side. Now I'm going to get the 3y alone by subtracting 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Thinking about the answer there. Divide by 3 on both sides to get y alone, and y is 1. So now I have x and y, and I identified the figure. The next one, looking at it, this is not a right angle at T, so I know it's not a rectangle, and it's not a square. I see congruent markings on all 4 sides, so it is a rhombus. And the reason is it has 4 congruent sides. So looking here at my x's and my y's, all the sides are congruent, so the pieces with the y's, I can set those equal to each other. So I'm going to get my y's together. There's more on the left, so I'm going to subtract 3y from each side. Add 5 to get the 3y alone. And divide by 3 to get y alone. So y is 4. Now to find x. So x is here, and I have this angle. They're not opposite from each other, so they're not equal to each other. But what they do is they add to 180 degrees. So I'm going to set up an equation, and I'm going to combine my constants before I write my equation down. So 2x, that's the only x's. I got a negative 1 and a 127, so I have a positive 126. So all I did was combine my like terms, just adding these together, equal to 180 because they're consecutive angles. So I'm going to solve by subtracting 126 from both sides, and that will give me 2x equals 54, and then divide both sides by 2. That gives me 27 for x. So that's for numbers 5 and 6, what you would do.